in the smallest size for the crates that I looked at. I know there's dogs that are like 2 pounds. But 20 pounds. I think 20 pounds is pretty small. Okay, let's try. We've never used a sandroop. Let's do sandroop, 2 sandroops with 1 lemon. I like smaller dogs. I really do. Ah, every time. Every time. Yeah, they are a lot cheaper to feed. And easier. I think easier to train too. Because if you have like a 100-pound dog that's also stubborn, that is a very hard environment to train a dog in. And if you have like if you think about like going through a doorway, like if you're trying to get a dog to wait with you and not run out a door or something like that. Like with like a 5 to 20-pound dog, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to kind of hold them in place and be like, okay, we're waiting together. You know, with like 100-pound dog, it's hard to they have to accept that it's the right thing. They have to be on board. Oh, I made a fruit pie. High energy big dogs. Yeah. Yeah. My sister-in-law has a dog that's like, I want to say like 120 pounds and like a puppy and super high energy. And it's just like, that's a lot. That's a lot to take care of. I'm going to do, just because I remember it, I'm going to do another fruit pie because that looked pretty good. Ah, one day I'll get the 3. Oh yeah, you have to be like, you're gonna run with that dog for hours a day. Okay, so the fruit pies just give me bonus hearts, but I'm okay with that. Oh wait, is your dog's name Boston, or is it? When you said Boston, I was like, Boston Terrier. But I think I made a mistake. Is your dog named Boston? And it is not a Boston Terrier. And I made an assumption. Whoa, that was terrifying. When was I last in Boston? I visited Boston this summer. In August I was in Boston. But when I lived in Boston, I lived in Cambridge. I lived in Boston for 3 years and I lived in Cambridge for 2 or 3 years. And that was almost 10 years ago. I think 9 years ago or 10 years ago. Feels like a different life. I did not go to school in Boston, no. I was working there. I did go to school in New England. I went to an engineering school. Oh man, this guy's messing me up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I've had enough of that. Let's run. Uh-oh. I set myself on fire. I started to panic, pulled out the flamethrower, and set myself on fire. Whoops. I went to school in northern New York, like way at the top of the state. Okay, can she do anything about this? Okay, we're in trouble with this guy. That weird like energy creature really gets us. I think it was my third job out of college was in Boston. All right, we're running. We are booking it. Where am I even going? Oh man, this looks tough. Do I even want to go down there? That's just a heart piece. Okay, so the energy guys come from... They come from those other guys. It wasn't a SUNY school, no, it was Clarkson, which is in Potsdam, New York, which is like basically as high up as you can go, like minutes from the Canadian border. Wow, I'm taking a lot of damage. I don't think I'm going to survive this. Oh, do I have to get all of them? Oof. Let's do 6 bonus hearts and hope for the best. Iframes. Alright, we just damage boost through it. All good. I don't think I understand that. Okay, so this is the only way. But I can't actually go through this tunnel. Oh. Wait. Okay, I am very confused. How do I get out of here? I couldn't open that door. When I burn these, I can't walk through here. what? What am I missing? I feel like I must be missing something obvious because I'm like trapped. That's like, do you guys see that? That was what was obvious. Okay. He's too big. He's too big for the tunnel. She's not too big for the tunnel. I didn't make it. The classic puzzle. Are you too big for a tunnel? I can't believe it's been a month. I can't believe we got 1 month resubs today. It's really like mind-boggling. Doesn't feel like, and I was doing, I guess, a few weeks before that too. Oh, stuff just happens fast, I guess. Okay, how do I get her out of there? Like that. Okay, I figured it out. Pretty wild. Yeah. I certainly, I was hopeful that I'd find some people to stream with and hang out with, and I'm glad it's working out. I want to keep doing it for a while. I talked to my wife a little bit about it. Like, she was like, you know, like, are you gonna keep doing it? How are you feeling about it? And I was like, I wanna do a year. Like, I wanna do a year. If I still feel good about it in a year, I'll keep doing it. And so that's my plan anyways. How do I get John in here? I have to do at least 5 months, yeah. Yeah, and I definitely would. You know, I feel like my life, especially with like this stuff with my son, you know, he's a full-time kid. He has a pretty high need, and I'm happy to give it, but oh, I can't cook right now. Okay. Like, I feel like I don't ever really, it's hard for me to plan ahead for a long time. But I can do a year. Oh, is this another one of those like miasma factories? Alright, it might get scary. It might get scary. I think it is. Gas mask. Oh, yeah, totally. Well, I mean, like, the other part of it is, like, if stuff changed in my personal life, where it became important for me to be more available at the times that I stream, like streaming would disappear, you know. That's just the kind of, like, I definitely prioritize my family above all of that. But I also think like mostly I'm doing stuff when my kid's asleep. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna do a year. So I'm gonna go till next October, no matter what. And hopefully past then too. Whoa, weird. This must open the door, huh? I mean, what my experience right now is that every time I stream, I feel better about myself and my life afterwards. Um, so like, why would I ever stop doing that? That's great. I need that, you know. I need that. And I don't get a lot of socializing here. Although now I got Izzy to socialize with. Ellie. She's so tired. She just let out a huge sigh, like, leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep. I got some good picks. I got some good picks today. I'm sure I'll get more. Hey, I know you're there. So just come out now, you hear? This factory is an absolute mess. Guard inoperative, breeder gone to who knows where. Seems I'll need to find another solution. Hey, and just how are we supposed to get out of here? It's hard to socialize with new people in person at our age. It's hard. It is hard to Pacific Northwest and our age, both. Yeah. I mean, up here, people call it, I mean, I'm north of Seattle, but people call it the Seattle freeze. It's like where I moved from. People kind of just say hi to everyone that walks by. And it's pretty easy to end up making friends. And up here, people are a little more standoffish for sure. Yeah. It is harder at our age. Yeah. Schedules change and stuff. And glad to have internet friends. Me too. It is, internet friends are good. You dislike to hear that. Yeah, it is what it is. I think everywhere is a little bit different. I'm sure I could still make more friends here. It's just not quite as easy. The path is not like, it's not like a bunch of open doors when you're walking down the street, you know. You gotta knock. You gotta invest in people. Family, full-time career, hey, that's part of it. It's a good trade-off though too, you know. I wouldn't change it. But it did shift things for sure. Specimen has escaped. Specimen has escaped. Well, this is no good. How are we going to get out of here? Still as lively as ever, I see. But have you ever thought of using your own head? No matter. Until next time, myself. Specimen escaped? Is that a battle? Are we doing a boss battle? Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for a boss battle. You're living in the most social place of the country. Interesting. So when I lived in Vermont, I felt like Vermont was like the most social place in the country. But I don't know if that's actually true or if it was just what it is. The thought of leaving's hard to bear. Yeah, not everywhere is as friendly, for sure. I've lived kind of all over. Some places, you go on your very first day in town and you go buy a cup of coffee and you make friends with three people in line. That's just what some places are like. In some places, it's a lot harder. I think, too, places where you have to drive more, like walkable areas, tend to be a lot easier. What is this monster? Oh, God. What am I doing? Not that. That's not going well. Let's get the bonus. Let's get the bonus defense for a minute. You're in walkable New York City and it's friends everywhere. Walkability, right? Because when everyone's walking everywhere, you see people. And when everyone's driving everywhere, you kind of don't see people anymore. You just are going places. Oh, I'm not doing good. Yeah, the game's really incentivizing the gun. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah, so if everyone's driving everywhere, you have to have gone to the same place as someone else, right? Versus seeing people in passing. Where am I going? Grandpop's house? Have we been here? Over there. That's just gotta be the slime breeding furnace. Is this a roadblock I see? Hey, it's our robot friend. Yes, yes, yes. This looks like the perfect job for the Sonic Punk. Things are about to get a little explosive around here. You two might want to back up a little bit. Farther, farther. We're pretty far now. Horse, you're thinking about leaving New York City, or is it just something that was on your mind? I did it again. But look at that, so wide open it's almost begging to come play. I leave the rest to you, trusty lab assistants. Oh, it was a point of difference? Yeah. I have a few friends in New York, like lifelong friends, you know, and I don't think any of them could leave. I've heard this about other places. Like, I had a friend that lived in Japan, and he was like, You can't visit Japan. You can't visit. You can only go if you're willing to potentially want to live there for the rest of your life. I just thought that was so like, okay, yeah, I get it. I get it. There's places in the world where you go and you spend time, and it is legitimately hard to leave and live differently than that. I don't know where I'm going. I gotta look at the map. Where am I going? I'm going all the way back over here. Wow, okay. Yeah, we got a ways. Are these like mosquitoes? I think they're like mosquitoes. For me, one of those places was Burlington, Vermont. I lived in Burlington, Vermont for a long while. And I still think about it. Probably not daily anymore, but multiple times a week, I still think about it, even though it's been so long since I've lived there. I don't really regret leaving, but I miss it, if that makes sense. Leaving was the right choice for me, but I wish I could still be there. Complicated feeling. It's a complicated feeling. Look, there's Mung. Looks like they're all waiting for us. Hey, maybe they fixed the train. Yeah, my life would... it's possible. It is possible. It's not like there's no glimmer or hope of living there again. It would just be very disruptive. It would be disruptive to kind of like a well-balanced life here. I tell myself like, oh, maybe I'll retire there or something. That could be a good retirement place. Do you think those two will make it back? Can't know for sure. Those old ruins, miasma sure did a number on them. Some old goddarn stuff might still be mucking about. My wife was in Washington, so I moved from Vermont to Washington to be with my wife. We had known each other for a long time, but decided to give it a shot. Yeah, I moved for the relationship. Opposite decision. Hey, you never know, right? I remember sitting in a car like pulled over on the side of a highway, thinking about it and going, yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go out there. It's worth it. You know? And it wasn't like, I wasn't unsure in that moment. I was sure. Like I was nervous, but I was sure. So I did it. And I didn't even really, in the moment, I didn't feel bad about leaving, but I do miss it now. Cute, yeah. Sad in traffic. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah. I think it helps that I work remote. And yeah. So I already kind of was separated a bit from some of my friend group. Yeah. They turn into zombies. Is that true? I'm aware of the mythos. Terrifying thought. I have a good friend though who told me, and I'm sure this is like a popular quote or whatever. He was like, try to always think about the future, like what's next, not about what just happened. And so like when I'm missing where I was in Vermont and my people there, I'm thinking about, you know, the eventuality of spending time there in the future. And less about like what could have been if I had stayed. I don't really think about that. You've moved all over the place and it never bothered you much? but you're tired. Yeah. Oh, Kratos, I feel it. I moved so many times. I moved like 14 times or something like that. I was like, I gotta stop moving. At some point, it like is just too much to like rebuy the same IKEA furniture in a new place. Like, because you couldn't afford the movers during your move, so you sold it to pay for the gas to drive to the new place. Like, I did that. I did all of that dance so many times. I did that so many times, and I was like, all right, I'm running out of steam on the moving. You moved from New Jersey to New York City. I'm jealous I'm jealous, honestly. I, um, it is hard to move all over the place. I've been all over the country. And for a brief moment, I thought I was going to live in Germany. That was a close call. I probably have told that story on stream before, but